What's going on, everybody? You have to forgive me. I lost my voice this weekend, so it's still kind of coming back. It's been days between going to this football game that we went to on Thanksgiving and yelling a whole lot, yelling at fucking Vanderbilt, and getting a cold. I caught a cold, I think, being around all those people and stuff. So my voice is just still coming back. But look at this. Let's see if you can see that. Oh, it's just a bunch of reflection. Look at this. Can you see? Okay, the fucking mirror's in the way. Look. Alright, there we go. That is a Swift driver who's making his own, what appears to be making his own YouTube video. Because that's the same shit I do. Is basically just mount the phone and take a video and rant. Now, based on his gestures and his facial expressions, it looks like he's ranting about something. My only guess could be that he's either ranting about, I don't know what the fuck he's ranting about. Maybe ranting about driving for Swift? I don't know. He kind of seems like a rookie driver. Might not be, though. Usually when you're driving a brand new truck for a company like Swift or for any major carrier, it usually means that you just started. You just came off the trainer's truck and you got a brand new truck. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. He looks like he's ranting about something. You know, I gotta see if maybe I can find that guy's channel and see if I can find the video that he's making right now, whenever the fuck he posted, and put in the comments, I was parked right next to you when you shot this fucking video. I was watching you yell at your phone. But yeah, I've been wanting to make this video, but my voice was so fucked up. Like the last couple of days, I could barely talk. You know, I sounded like shit. I was like, I'm not gonna make a fucking video where I'm talking, you know, with my voice sounding so fucked up. You know, I sounded like I sounded like that Italian guy, I sounded like that Italian guy from Goodfellas. You know, of course, there's a bunch of Italians from Goodfellas, but that guy who, I can't remember his name, but he's always fucking talking like this. Tell that guy, you know, tell that guy I took care of that thing for him. That's kind of what I fucking sounded like, you know. But anyways, I'm going to read some comments. I'm not going to read all the fucking comments because, you know, some comments don't really bear reading. But there, you know, there's comments that it's like I kind of want to respond to, or at least comment on. But let's see here. And I'll tell you from what video they're commenting on, you know, so you have a little bit of context on what the fuck they're talking about. You know, and I don't think, I'm not, you know, I'll tell you what video they're commenting on. I may not go into an in-depth description of what the fuck I was talking about. Just go back and watch the video. But, like, Brian Garcia de Leon said, he commented on the old school versus the new school video. He said, it's not so much new drivers, it's just the young drivers. I'm only 22 with my first year done. I've noticed a lot more eyes on me when I back up for fuel, backup or fuel than the older new drivers. He's got a point. That's a good point. It's not just, see, here's the thing about this game. When you see an older driver, you assume that he's been driving for a long time. When you see a younger guy like me, you assume, you know, I just came out of fucking trucking school. When, you know, I've been on the road right now about 2.5 years. And yeah, I've met guys that are 20 years older than me, and they've only been driving 6 months or a year or whatever, you know. Hey, that's enough. That's enough. Anyways, He's got a good point. You know, when people see a younger driver, they assume you're a newer driver. You know, but they're, you know, I've been to orientations and gone to, trucking school, and, you know, been to orientations with rookie drivers that were fucking, you know, way older than me. You know, two of the guys that I trained when I trained for Western were like 10, 15 years older than me. You know, he's got a point though. Let's see. I love comments like this. You know, look, this guy, Rodel Castillo, he commented on my take on the ELD mandate, the E-Logs video that I made talking about the ELD mandate. I make $1,800 without ELD. Able to be in every weekend with emojis. Trust me when I told you I don't need ELD on my truck, because I want to be able to rest anytime my body needs to rest. If your ass want to make $800 or lucky with a fucking Cloverleaf 900 forced to leave Saturday night, is your problem. No one here liked that ELD. See, there's another comment on here about this guy. What this guy said. Coolin Band 777 says, "You are just a company bitch driver, so you don't have to pay $800 for the fucking device." See, it's like, did these motherfuckers actually watch the video? In the ELD mandate video, I didn't really say that I was for or against. You know, really what I said in the video is I'm not against ELDs, I'm against the fucking regulations. I don't really give two fucks about ELD, you know, but these guys make it seem like I want an ELD in every truck, like I support the fucking mandate. I don't support any government regulations. We've got enough going on already. But, you know, this guy, if you want to make 800 or lucky 900, I mean, maybe company. You know, I make $1,800 without ELD. Well, yeah, I mean, here's the thing at the end of the day, and I think I said this in the ELD video. You know, you got to keep in mind that, you know, you run 18 hours a day and shit like that. You know, I'm not saying that's wrong. You know, personally, look, if you're the kind of guy that you sleep 6 hours a night and that's all you fucking need, and then my dad's like that. My dad's the kind of guy, he's always been the kind of guy, if he gets 4 or 5 hours of sleep, he's good. He'd go work a 14-hour shift. No problem. You know, he'll wake up at 4 in the morning, sleep 4 hours, go to, you know, watch TV all night till midnight, get up at 4, read the newspaper, and go to work at 5. Work all damn day, come home, hang out, and watch the game and shit. There's dudes that are like that. You know, here's the thing, it's fucking illegal. It's against the law. You know, so it's just, you know, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. There's no other, like, look, when you go through Chicago and all the interstate highways in Chicago are 55-mile-an-hour speed limits, I don't agree with that. It's the law, though. You know, I think it's stupid. Have all these interstate highways and the speed limit's 55. Fucking retarded. No one goes 55 on like 294. No one goes 55 on that highway. You know, maybe a couple trucks, a car every once in a while will be doing 55 or 60. Everybody's doing between 65 and 75 on 294. So, but, you know, I don't know, man. Look, like I said, I'm on ELD as a lease driver, and I make way the fuck more than 800, 900 a week. But, you know, I'm not for the ELD mandate. I was just, you know, I was just kind of explaining the way I was looking at it, my perspective, you know. Let's see what else we got on here. Still haven't smoked a cigarette yet. I'm hanging tough, you know. Every time I smell someone smoking one, I'm like, ah, it smells good. I still get my cravings too, but, you know, I've been holding tough. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. A lot of this shit's kind of, you know, I don't want to I don't want to spend an hour going through all these different comments. Like, let's see. All right. That video, that don't shit in your truck video that I made, you know, I get so many fucking comments on that video. But this guy said, I would rather, Drybone001 says, I would rather shit in the truck than deal with a nasty ass truck stop. Trust me, you have no idea what people do in those stalls. I imagine they take shits in those stalls. Look, man, you know, I know it can be kind of a culture shock, I guess, for people to come out on the road and, you know, they're using public bathrooms all the time, and people are nasty when they're using a restroom or a shower that's not theirs. You know, they don't care. Same thing with hotel rooms, right? You know, I get it. But, I mean, look, I worked construction for years, and I'm here to tell you, I don't think I've been in a truck stop bathroom that's worse than some of the porta-johns that I've been in before. You know, and look, I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but some of these guys that come from south of the border that don't speak English, some of these guys, like, they shit all over the fucking place. You know, I've talked to coworkers of mine, and I've tried to figure it out. Like, do these guys, I think these guys like stand on the seat and hover over it, because these guys will they'll spray shit all over the seats in these porta-johns. So, you know, it's like 1, 2 o'clock on the job site, and you got to go drop a deuce after lunch, and you go in there, and these dudes have done shit all over the place. So, you know, if I could deal with that kind of stuff, I can deal with the fucking truck stops. Trucks and porta-johns ain't got nobody cleaning them. And once a week when the truck comes through to empty them out, they spray them down with water, and then they fucking leave. It ain't like these places where, yeah, some truck stops could do a better job of cleaning their restrooms, but like I said, I have not been to a truck stop bathroom that is worse than some of the job site porta-johns I've been to. So, different strokes, I guess. Not to mention, you know, I hardly ever go home. So, if I'm showering, it's usually at a truck stop. You know, I usually never get to shower at like an actual house, like when I go home, you know. And the whole like, oh, you better wear, like, this is big when you're starting out as a rookie. Everybody says, make sure you wear your shower shoes. It's disgusting in there. You'll get foot fungus and stuff like that. I've been showering in these truck stops for years, never wearing no fucking shower shoes and shit. You know, fucking flip-flops. Get your fucking ass in there and get clean. Ain't ever come out with no fucking fungus or infections or anything. You know. Fucking get it the fuck out of here, man. That's rookie talk is what the fuck that is. You don't need no fucking flip-flops when you go in the fucking shower. It's retarded. You know, and before I move on to the next comment, last thing I'll say is, like, I go to some of these truck stops, and on Trucker Path, I'll read the reviews, and it'll say, like, oh, the nastiest showers I've ever been in my entire life. It's fucking disgusting. It's deplorable and shit. And then I go and take a shower. I'm like, I've been in fucking Flying J's that had worse shower than this. This ain't that bad. And I'm only paying $5 for it. You know, what the fuck are they talking about? Maybe it was dirty on the day they came. You know, these people like, oh, I went in there to go take my $7 shower, and there was water on the floor. I'm never coming back. Like, come on, dude, get the fuck out of here. Get in there, get clean, brush your teeth, go the fuck back to your truck, and go the fuck to bed. You know, fucking fuck out of here. Let's see. My video, why not choose flatbed? Rick Olson says, you guys can have it. Give me the drive van, the automatic, the GPS, and the e-logs. I'm here to drive. Respecto, peeps. And then Miguel Robb says, I feel the same way, bro. I'm no super trucker and I have nothing to prove. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, some of these old timers, you know, they think, you know, all the shit he just named, oh, you're just a bunch of lazy window lickers. Nah. You know, you get paid the same whether you drive an automatic or a 10-speed or a 13-speed. It's all the fucking same. Whatever moves the freight, man. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons I came. It's one of the reasons I came to lease at this company, because they rock Pro Stars and Cascadias. I don't want to, you know, as much as I'd love to drive a 660 or a 680 or something like that, you know, a nice Kenworth, maybe a Volvo or Peterbilt. You know, those trucks are expensive, and they're expensive to fix. They're expensive to pay for, and you get paid the same whether you drive a Pro Star or a 379. You get paid the same whether you drive a 579 or a 680. It's all the fucking same. So I'll keep my Pro Star. All right, let's see what we got. My driving in snow video. Anthony Tony says, I drive a straight truck, sometimes 400 miles a day. Nothing compared to what you do. You know, 400 miles a day, you know, it's still pretty good. But anyways, my question for anyone reading this is, when you get into those blizzard, snow, ice effects, I will have cars flying past me, sometimes even other truckers. Do you feel it's more important to keep up with traffic to not cause an accident, or maintain a slow, steady, safe pace? It depends. It all depends. Depends on a bunch of different factors, you know. I say the first thing, here's the two main factors it depends on. What are the weather conditions, and what is your skill level? Those are the two main factors. You know, what speed are you confident at going in the current conditions? Current visibility, current road surface conditions, you know? Because, you know, I have more confidence driving it, you know, you know, as time went by and I got experience driving through blizzards and winter weather and ice storms and shit, you know, I kind of learned what to look for, what's safe, what's not. You kind of feel out the road, keep track of the temperatures and conditions. You got to kind of have an eye on what's going on. But, you know, it's all about your confidence. It's all about what you're confident at. Look, man, you know, of course, any safety department will tell you, oh, go slow and steady. That's always best policy, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, more or less, just go the speed you're confident at. I mean, look, that's why a lot of companies will say, if you're not comfortable, just get off the road. Because honestly, you know, if you're driving through like blizzard conditions, which I've gone through blizzards before, where the safest speed was 30 to 35. Any faster than that, you're risking, you know, going off the road. If everybody else on the road is going 50 or something like that, it's probably time for me to get off the fucking highway. Because someone's going to come up behind me going too fucking fast. They're going to try to turn their wheel to switch lanes, and they're going to keep going fucking straight because they don't have traction, smash into me, or, you know. That's the problem, is cars will be slipping and sliding all over the fucking road. They'll be doing 60 on a snowpacked road, and they'll just kind of start to lose it. And oh shit, now they're backwards and they're flying into a snowbank and shit. You know, because they got overconfident. You know, and you don't want to be around all that shit. It's whatever you feel confident at. You know. You know, there's a lot of snowy conditions that I've just fucking driven through. You know, and I'll drive 30, 35, and typically people are doing 30, 35 around you. But look, I mean, there's people that are going fast, fuck them. You know what? Look, this is all I'll say about that. Something they taught me in CDL school when it comes to shit like that, you know, when you're going slow and everyone else is going fast, you know, yeah, it can be dangerous in certain conditions, like when it's dry and sunny. You really shouldn't be doing 40 on the fucking interstate. But, you know, look, the saying is, don't let other people drive your truck. Don't let all the cars backed up behind you drive your truck for you. Don't let them determine how fast you go, right? You drive your truck. You know, if there's 18 fucking cars behind you honking and flashing their lights and freaking the fuck out because you're doing 35 up a winding mountain road, fuck them. They know nothing about driving a truck. You know, if you're driving through an area that's 30-mile-an-hour speed limit or 20 or 25, and people are freaking the fuck out because they usually do 40 through there, fuck them. You know, what would they rather have you do? Speed through their fucking community where their kids are? Makes no sense to me. Don't let other people drive your truck. You drive your truck. But anyway, let's see what else we got. Blah, blah, blah. This chick is talking about the EPU, like why my EPU was going out. She has this long explanation of, you know, the EPU, the compressor, battery voltage and shit like that. That's not that, Sandra. That's the problem. The problem with the EPU in this truck. I mean, it's not a problem with the EPU. It's a problem with the battery boxes out back. They build up a lot of corrosion, and when the terminals build up a lot of corrosion, the connection starts to suffer, and you have to have a really, really good connection, or else the computer will not be able to read the voltage on the batteries, and it won't start the truck to charge them up. So the batteries will run down, the truck won't start, and the automatic load trip or load shed will start to shut off circuits in the truck to preserve the batteries. So my EPU would, you know, the batteries would run down, the truck wouldn't see the low voltage because of the bad connection, it wouldn't restart, and the truck would load shed. It would shut down the EPU, the heat, the AC in the middle of the night to preserve the what charge is left in the batteries. So all I do is, every once in a while when I go through the shop, I have them go through and thoroughly clean all the terminal connections, disconnect all the battery wires, and clean all the terminals really thoroughly, and that fixes the problem. That's all it is. You just got to keep those fucking terminals really clean. Let's see, blah blah blah. Let's see. My take on the ELD mandate. John Gaither? I'm probably fucking his name up. Anyways, he says, it is impossible to cheat on e-logs short of rebuilding and reprogramming the device. And if you can do that, you're wasting your time driving a truck. The only thing e-logs do well is prevent cheating on the hours of service, and owner-operators have admitted as much. They also prevent companies from forcing their drivers to violate hours of service. Company drivers, by and large, have no issues with e-logs, while owner-operators do. Their protests and shutdowns are attempts to have company drivers support them. Ha, never. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of well known that company drivers don't give a fuck, and owner-operators do. You know, owner-operators have a lot more to lose. You know, especially your average company driver has always been on e-logs. There's a lot of owner-operators, you know, that don't drive for mega carriers because they drive for themselves or whatever, or they're leased down to a small fleet, that they're on fucking paper logs and they make good money and shit like that. But it's impossible to cheat on e-logs short of rebuilding and reprogramming the device. Like I said in the video, if you don't have to have your e-log hardwired to the truck, I can have one on my phone, and then I can have one on my tablet, and then I could get a Kindle Fire for $80 or whatever, and download another log app on that and have 3 fucking logs. If it doesn't have to be hardwired to the truck, right? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Yeah, protests and shutdowns and shit like that. You're never gonna get that in this industry. You know, you're never gonna have no cooperated fucking strike or anything like that. It's not gonna happen. It is what it is, man. We're at the mercy of the fucking federal government, the federal Leviathan. You know, what can we do? All they're going to do year after year is shove more regulations down our throat, Republican or Democrat. You know, it is what it is. If you can't go from Texas to Kentucky in a day and a half, just hang up the keys. 600 miles a day is easy in a slow truck. I don't know what... That's an old-ass video. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Let's see. One guy says, quit smoking, dude. I did. So shut the fuck up. Stop telling me that. Let's see. I don't care. Real quick, shout out to 2 of the guys that drive for rail that I met personally in the last couple weeks. I met a guy at a shipper, and I met another guy at a truck stop at like a Wendy's or an Arby's or something, and talked to them for a few minutes. So shout out to those guys. Can't remember your names. I'm sorry. I'm terrible with names, but it was cool meeting you guys. Appreciate the support. It's always funny. Like, man, hey, I saw you on YouTube. Oh, yeah. You know, let's see here. Oh yeah, here's something. On my quit smoking video, or my quitting smoking sucks, someone said, look into popcorn lung. And I think more than one person, yeah, popcorn lung is real and there's not a fix for it. You'll suffocate to death. And that is something I actually, I looked into. It was, you know, I started vaping, and my buddy told, like, his girlfriend said something about popcorn lung. So I looked it up, and apparently there was some news or something the media was putting out that said that people who vape you'll contract popcorn lung, which is like a condition in your lungs where, like, the little small capillaries or there's like little parts of your lungs that will that take in oxygen when you breathe, and that tissue will get destroyed and you won't be able to breathe. And what I read was that is caused by a chemical called diacetyl, which can be used in flavoring in e-juice. I don't think it is anymore though. It's something that can be, you know. Here's a fun fact though, is that diacetyl, which is what causes popcorn lung, fucking camera, is a higher dose of diacetyl in cigarettes than there is in e-juice. So you have a higher chance of contracting popcorn lung from cigarettes than you do from e-juice. So, no, sorry. That was just another one of those, you know, let's find something wrong with everything that's good kind of, you know, news reports. Like, what, people are quitting, you know, fucking smoking? All people do is bitch about fucking cigarettes. And then something comes out to you replace cigarettes. It's like all these fucking news organizations have to find everything that's wrong with it. You know, anyways. Oh yeah, this is a great one. My pay parking rant. This guy said, well, if drivers, Hollow Point said, if drivers would buy something from the truck stop instead of using the bathroom and park, they're not making money off those kinds of drivers. Now with the ELD mandate closing in, there will be more paid parking. Watch and see. Here's the thing, dude. You know, I'm going to enlighten some of you guys if you don't know. Truck stops make most of their money off of diesel, which is not well known because you're like your regular gas station, like your Shell, Chevron and shit, they don't make money. They don't make a lot of profit off of selling fuel. They make money off of their convenience stores. It's not the same thing with truck stops. Truck stops make, you know, because think about it. How many, you know, if you're making 5 cents a gallon, you know, and you own a gas station, you know, you're making 5 cents a gallon profit to keep your gas prices low so people will come, you know, but you're only selling maybe 500 to 1,000 gallons a day, or, you know, just off the top of my head. A truck stop, say you're making 5 cents a gallon, but you're pumping out 5 to 10,000 gallons a day. It's a huge difference. But, you know, there's a report out there, you can Google this, the truck stop industry is a $6 billion a year industry. Billion with a B. I believe it's 6 billion. I could be fucking up the numbers. It's a lot of goddamn money. And I think it's like something like your average truck stop pulls in like something like $6 million a year. Your average like single one location truck stop across the board averages like $6 million a year. Now, of course, your name brand truck stops are going to pull out a lot more than your mom and pops, but these fucking places make good money off of diesel. And they make pretty good money off of selling shit in their convenience stores. You know, because truckers buy a lot of shit from convenience stores. You know, these places ain't fucking hurting. You know. So to say, oh, well, people, you know, they're these poor truck stops. People just park and they're not buying anything and shit like that. Yeah, dude, trust me. When it comes to a truck stop, if you build it, they will fucking come. Okay. These truck stops don't have problems making money. All right. So that paid parking is just another thing they can cash in on, you know. The only difference with paid parking is it's something that sometimes we don't have a choice, but we have to pay for parking sometimes. I'm running out of time, so I can only get to a couple more. I'll tell you what's got to go to, motherfucker. That scraggly ass beard needs to go. Fuck you, man. I'm trying to grow this thing out. I've been trimming it to keep it from looking, to keep myself looking too homeless. Fuck you. I'm growing this thing out instead of trimming it like I typically do. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. My OTR versus local video. It's probably the last one I could read. Anthony Hernandez says, something they won't tell you. Number one, you're home more. He's talking about driving local. Number two, you are not really rushing like they say. I don't know about that. I say, you know, your average day cabber drives like a fucking prick, depending on where you are. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Number three, you become more experienced than an OTR guy because you back your truck 10 times a day versus 1 time a day like OTR guys. And last but not least, you fucking make way more money than OTR. Maybe on backing the truck, I guess. You know, but you make way more money. See, that I've had motherfuckers say that. Like, no, dude, I drive local and I make fucking $1,500 or $1,300 or $1,800. Most of the motherfuckers that say that shit are in California. It's your average day cabber saying like, oh, I make fucking bank driving local. Yeah, because your state is expensive as fuck to live in. You know, making $1,800 a fucking month in California is like me making fucking, it's like me making $1,200 a month in Houston. It's the same fucking thing. It's cheaper to live in Houston. I don't have to pay near the fucking taxes and, you know, expenses you do in California. Same thing in other places where it's expensive to live. So, you know, you say, oh, you make way more. No, nigga, you don't. You don't. You don't make more fucking money. Not more money than I'm making now. But I'm out of time. I'll holler at you guys later.